So the pre-checks are like you need to have service account, then you need to have the proper ports must be allowed between the client end to the server end. Okay. What is pre-checks? You need to have one service account. Okay. The main thing is SCCM client installation account. Why it is needed? Okay. If you want to install a client remotely, you need to have one separate account. Is it clear what I'm saying to you? So the client push account when you're working with it, okay? SCCM client will be the SCCM server will be there. So there you have like 1,000 clients or 10,000 clients. Client one. If you want to install a client remotely, you need to have how you will connect to this machine using one maybe one your username and password remotely. You need to connect. Am I right or wrong? Hello.
Yeah.
So you need to
Yeah.
connect remotely one account and then copy some softwares, then install a software, right? If you want to install in the
Yes.
same way, SCCM client also is software. If you want to connect remotely and install, you need to have one account at least. Okay. So they will create where you are creating a user account. Is it in SCCM server or which server you will create in one account?
Server.
Which
AD
server?
account. AD sir.
So on
AD
AD.
server.
So on AD server,
AD.
creating one user account. Am I right? You need to create one
Yes.
account in AD, then this must be a service account. What is service account? It is nothing but
To access.
we create lot of users, right? User account and normal account. User account is called a normal account. Okay. Why we will name it as service account? Not our account is not a service account means service account will not have a password expiry. No password expiry. Why? Because if you expire the password in 30 days, next then it will don't work. Keep on changing the password. It is not a good practice. Okay. So user account in every company, they will change the password either 45 days or by default, it will be asking a 30 or 45 days. It has to change. But in the COVID situation, some companies are removing these policies because user is working from home. It's they're not able to change the password. They cannot connect to the AD and they cannot connect to the other services in the organization. Because some companies giving like online services using a cloud to reset the password. That is a different way. Company to company it varies. But service account is nothing but a account which password never expires. Okay, then it is called a service account. So they create one service account name called some any name client push or SCCM client, any name you give. Okay, that's fine. That does not
Okay.
matter. But this user ID, this user ID must be part of on all the machines in your organization. Local administrator group. It must be part of why we need to add a local admin group. If you give what is the what will happen? You will have a full control on the machine. Am I right or wrong? If the user ID is part of the local administrator group, this user ID will have a full control on the machines. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
So whenever you install a SCCM, you need to add the user ID in SCCM client push method. So what happened? Using this account, when you want to push the software, it use this account, tries to connect remotely. Try to connect remotely and install the software. Is it clear? If it's not a local admin, the installation will fail because it not able to connect remotely because it must be present. Then only the client push will work. Is it clear? The first prerequisite check, make sure the service account must be member of all the machines. Then add the things in the SCCM server. Then deploy a machine. Is it clear? It's like
Okay.
without giving a keys, I ask her to go your home. Okay. Your mother says go home and eat some food without giving a keys. What happened? You need to stay out until like 4 or 5 hours to be waiting. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
The same way, the client push has to work means the account must be already present in your local administrator group. If not, the installation will fail. Yes? Like if we have a firewall in between for both, okay. If your firewall, you do not have a keys, what happen? You will come until here and will stop. You cannot enter into here because you do not have a keys here to enter it. If you have keys, what you will do, you will try to open and you connect the client. If there is no local admin, you cannot go it. The two ways. Okay. Is it clear what I'm saying to you? The firewall is one thing that will stop you over here. Like your house keys and your master bedroom, if you take, okay. If you have firewall, one important thing, if you want to reach the home, okay, you need to have firewall access. Then the second thing is a local administrator group. The two things. So if you want to pass the communication from server to client, you need to pass your main entrance, then your sub entrance. So you need to have a two prerequisites here. You need to pass the firewall, is a port 80 and 443 must be allowed. The first check will be completed. Second check would be you must be
Local
part of your
administration.
local administrator group. Then only it has to reach. Then installation may fail or success based upon the client issues are there. It will fail. If there is no issues, it will install. That is a later topic. If you want to reach first to the client, you need to pass these two checks. Then only your machine will communicate to the client. Clear? So we need to create one service account in AD. It must be member of all the machines in the local administrator group. On the SCCM side, we need to configure a, go to the client installation settings, client push method. One time we will configure, okay? In a company's only one time will configure. Then they will use it for years and years and years, okay? You not like you are
Okay.
changing every day or every month. One time activity will be set up by the infrastructure team. Then you can install the client. That's it. But we need to
Okay.
make sure while troubleshooting things and failures, make sure the ports are allowed in the firewall. Then the machine has to be a local admin group. This is the full complete theory where we'll check the practical way later. Okay.